Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know where the hell we are and what happened to get us here?
We're in Isaiah.
We are.
And we read it. That's how we got here.
Okay, but do you remember what is fucking happening?
Let's see. Isaiah is claiming doom and gloom for all of Israel because they're shitheads and they buy too much stuff at Forever 21.
Yes, that is exactly it. Yes.
Okay, all right.
And he also had some fine things to say about women.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
Yes, that
all
is
right.
correct.
So yesterday I think we read Isaiah chapter 3.
Correct.
Which means that today we're going to be reading
Isaiah chapter 4, which only consists of 6 verses.
What?
I really should have just read it with yesterday's. Oops.
Well, I mean, I'm tired tonight, so they can make for an easy episode, and then people can move on to whatever other podcasts they're behind on today.
That's true.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We did this for you.
Yes, this is all about our listeners.
Yes.
Are you ready to get into this monstrosity of a chapter?
I sure as fuck am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so Isaiah chapter 4, the first verse actually continues on from the previous chapter.
Weren't we bashing women in the previous chapter?
Yeah, but not at the end.
Oh.
So I'm just going to read the last couple lines of chapter 3 just to
extend this podcast episode?
Well, no, just to kind of remind us where we are and what's happening, because it's basically like we start in the middle of a thought.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
So,
fair enough.
Chapter 3 ends, instead of fragrance, there will be a stench. Instead of a sash, a rope. Instead of well-dressed hair, baldness. Instead of fine clothing, sackcloth. Instead of beauty, branding. Your men will fall by the sword, your warriors in battle. The gates of Zion will lament and mourn. Destitute, she will sit on the ground. Okay, and then we get into chapter 4, and it starts, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace.
Wow.
So many men will die that there will be 7 women for every one man.
Damn.
And, you have to be married.
Right.
So
right.
they're
so
like,
please let us be part of your harem.
Yeah,
please,
can I just marry me? I'll take your name. I just need your name. I'll take care of myself.
Right. But apparently, so it's been confirmed on and off throughout the Old Testament that having one wife is not necessarily that's not what they prescribed to for their beliefs at that time.
Well, yes, less a religious way of being than a practical one.
Right.
Because the more wives they have, the more children that they can have to make sure that the family line passes on and to have more hands helping.
Sure, but I mean, I'm just pointing it out. When I hear it, I point it out because the big talking point for Christians is one man, one woman.
Right.
one woman, one man, whatever.
Yeah.
That's their big Christian marriage talking point.
Yes.
But if you read the OT, it's more like one man, thousands of women, or
right.
At least 7.
At least for the kings. Well, no, this isn't 7 women saying, please marry all 7 of us. This is 7 women fighting each other, saying, no, just marry me. No, me. No, me.
All right.
So they aren't like teaming up and saying, marry all 7 of us. They're saying there will be so few men, because they will die, that women will be fighting each other for the men that are left.
But I haven't seen anything specifically railing against having more than one wife, though.
No, not at all. Not at all. Other than there was something that said, don't have too many. And then that didn't really seem to hold because there was no, but what is too many?
Right.
All right. So now we continue on with the next chapter.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which we only have 5 verses left. Mm-hmm. So it ain't a lot.
Right.
In that day, the branch of the Lord will be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of the survivors in Israel. Those who are left in Zion, who remain in Jerusalem, will be called holy, and all who are recorded among the living in Jerusalem.
So this is like a reverse rapture?
Kind of. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it. Like, everybody who's left will be, like, super holy, happy, and, you know, God.
Right. But I mean, like, the rapture that we think of is the holy going to heaven, right?
Right.
And the unholy being left on earth and like a living hell or something.
Feels like the opposite of that.
That feels like the opposite, yeah.
The Lord will wash away the filth of the women of Zion. He will cleanse the bloodstains from Jerusalem by a spirit of judgment and a spirit of fire. Then the Lord will create over all of Mount Zion and over those who assemble there a cloud of smoke by day and a glow of flaming fire by night.
This sounds very reminiscent of Exodus when he was in the tent and he was a smoke pillar and fire to guide him and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're like really trying really hard to bring back the days of Moses.
Right, but I do have to ask one thing though.
Mm-hmm.
If he's capable of washing away all the bad things from the women after this happens, and was he not capable of doing this before? Like, was he not powerful enough to do this before?
I hear your question and I agree with it, and I think that the apologists would say, no, they had to go through this.
So people had to fucking die. Mm-hmm. In order to
be cleansed.
But God's still the one cleansing them. Mm-hmm. So God's still doing the thing. Mm-hmm. He just had people die before he did it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that point.
Yeah, he punches you in the face so that you can be clean, and then you can say, thank you for punching me in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what happened.
Just double checking.
Yeah. So cloud of smoke by day, glow of flaming fire by night. Over everything, the glory will be a canopy. It will be a shelter and shade from the heat of the day, and a refuge and hiding place from the storm and rain.
Sounds so wonderful.
It's great. It's so great.
And all those women will be in line. They won't be shopping at Forever 21 anymore.
No, they will be. They will be good. They will be naked when they should be, dressed when they ought to be.
Right.
And
cooking. Gotta keep those women in line, you know.
Yeah,
that's
make
the
me
way
a sandwich.
The Bible says.
Bring me a beer.
Right.
Yeah. So chapter 6 is the Messiah's community. Okay. He's talking about, you know, the days to come, basically.
Right.
And what's going to be left, and this is the dream, right? Is there's only the good people left. Yay!
That's sure.
Right. It's the shortest in the book of Isaiah, and most people agree that it should have been included with the previous chapter, Isaiah chapter 3.
Very much like a continuation of the previous chapter.
Yeah. Whoever split these up just did such a piss poor job.
Right.
Really, such a bad job, and I don't understand why we cannot get in there and be like, let's agree to fix this.
Right.
I'm not even saying let's agree to change the wording. No,
just the chapter arrangements.
Can we just put the things where they belong?
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be a fucking mess.
Right.
But it is, and it ever shall be.
Yeah.
Chapter 3, verse 25 through chapter 4, verse 1. That's like all one thought. That's why I was reading the last few. And those are about the continuation of the judgment on the daughters of Zion and talking about Jerusalem's future. And that section continues to state how the city in actuality is bereft. Like, they think that they're prosperous and doing well.
Yeah.
You know, because all their women are wearing
very nice stuff.
Everything from Forever 21. They go shopping at the mall all the time.
Right.
And, you know, everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Don't be happy.
It sounded like it.
Don't be happy for a second.
Right.
How dare you?
Yeah, because you need some of that fear.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that fear of God.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're just not living right.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get right with that God and walk upright and straight.
Mm-hmm. And with a stick up your butt. Yeah. So verses 2 through 6 are about Zion's renewal and Jerusalem's glorious future, which sounds like a real drag to me. But what the hell do I know?
I mean, they didn't really describe it in all that much detail, but I can just imagine that it would be a drag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just doesn't... Like, anything that God is heading up never sounds fun. It sounds terrifying.
Yeah, totally.
So...
Agree.
And you got to watch all your P's and Q's and just not, like, fuck up ever.
Ever.
Right. Or he's going to smite you or kill a bunch of other people or...
Or worse, you'll live forever, but with, like, lesions on your face and your hair falling out. Some stupid thing.
He's a real shit, that guy.
That guy, he's a dick.
Yeah, he certainly is. All right. Well, I think we've gone on as much as we possibly can over 6 verses.
Yes, we have.
And sorry for such a short episode today, but that was what we have. And that being said, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode.
Yes.
Which will be Isaiah chapter
5.
Because we just read chapter 4, which was really fucking short.
Yeah. Are you
All
okay?
Right. I'm fine.
Okay.
I lost my mind just a little bit there for just a second.
The math ain't
I'm back now, but I think I'm good.
Good. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.